Hi, I'm Ben Pike, and I'm assuming that if you scroll down this far into my website, you're going to listen to whatever I have to say here. So, that being said, I'm Ben. I grew up in Massachusetts. I was born in Los Angeles in the 80s, and my parents moved across the country so they didn't raise me during the crack epidemic that was happening back then. So, I grew up in Massachusetts. And I, at age 8, had done some school plays, and I said, yep, this is the best thing ever. It helped with my mental state, it helped with my creativity because I was always very creative, and I had natural ability at it, and I sucked at everything else. So I decided to be an actor. I went to school for it, I studied it. You can't teach this thing, though. I mean, when I studied it, there were definitely people who never got better, throughout high school and college, who studied, and they never got any better. I don't think you can teach this. It's kind of just an innate ability. Uh, I love it. I read in some books you're not supposed to say, like, you love it to people in the industry because everybody loves it. And it's like, what can you do? What have you done? But, I mean, I absolutely love it. I'm not going to just not say that. Like, if you don't love it, get out of here. Like, you have no business trying to do this, you know? That's the only reason why myself and other people living in LA, living in New York, or anywhere trying to make it as professional actors do it. Because the competition is so stiff that it's like, so stiff? Is that an expression? So tough that there's no logic. It would make no sense if you didn't absolutely love it. Now, that being said, just some other information about myself, the stuff that I've done. I played the character when I still had hair, Bob Dylan in a Coen Brothers movie. Coen Brothers was fantastic experience. The part was small, but this is what I got from this. So there's a movie called Rounders. It came out in the 90s about poker, and in that movie, Matt Damon, who plays a poker player who's very good, is talking to his mentor, and he tells his mentor the story about when he was in Las Vegas and he decided to sit down at a poker table with Johnny Chan, who was the best poker player in the world. And when he's telling the story to his friend, he's going, I just made a decision right here, right now. I'm going to outplay this guy. So, and then it shows a flashback to it. And he sits down at the table, and Johnny Chan bets. Matt Damon's character raises. Johnny Chan raises again, and Matt Damon raises either again or goes all in for all his money. And then Johnny Chan folds and said, "Did you have it?" And then Matt Damon's character looked at him and said, "I don't know, John." Forgot or something like that. And then when he's talking to his mentor about it, he said, I sat down with the best in the world and I won. And that's how I feel about this movie, this Coen Brothers film, where I played Bob Dylan. It was called Inside Llewyn Davis. And even though I had a small part, I had this audition in front of the Coen Brothers as Bob Dylan. And I decided to go into the room just as Bob Dylan the whole time. I didn't say I'm Ben. I was just Bob Dylan with the freaking Coen Brothers. And I guess Joel Coen was, he was a little, like, he thought I was too tall to play Bob Dylan, which I am. I'm 5'11", and he was much shorter than that. So that was his concern. So he says, how tall are you? And I say, I'm 5, I think I said 5'10", not 5'11". I'm 5'10", man. How tall are you? And he goes, I'm 6'2". And I go, well, not all of us can be so lucky, man, like Bob Dylan. And then they cracked up. So I'm like, holy shit, the Coen Brothers are cracking up at something that I'm doing. These idols who directed the fucking Big Lebowski and fucking Fargo and No Country for Old, and it's just like, holy shit. So that was my sitting down with the best in the world and winning. Because I sat down at the audition with the Coen Brothers. And I won, and I got the part. 20 minutes later, as I was leaving, the CD calls me and says, we can't tell you anything for certain, but Joel Coen told me to tell you not to cut your hair. And it was just like, holy shit. So, yeah. I have what it takes. I do. I have what it takes to make it in this industry, and come along with me. And that's it. Take care, stay safe during this pandemic, and have a good one.